And just, okay.
There we go. Perfect. All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's Mayor's Manager meeting for Wednesday, November 9th. Online with me is City Manager Shawn Lewis, Assistant City Clerk Sarah Harkness, Mayor Pro Tem Steve Ward, Assistant City Clerk Jackie McKinnon, and Assistant City Attorney Vicki McDermott. Shawn, I'll let you kick it off.
Thanks, Mayor. On November 21st, we have Code Next sustainability provisions.
We're missing the 14th. Let's start there.
Yes, thank you. So interestingly, it's still Code Next, mobility, access, and public realm design provisions. Next update on building code. Alternatives for wastewater infrastructure ownership. And utilities customer assistance program update.
Can we go back on that code next? I really think we need to rewind the discussion we had on Monday rather than fast forwarding or advancing to the next set.
Yeah, I met with council members Russell and Anderson yesterday, and I think there is, I sense a desire for sure from Joe, but to, continue the discussion a bit on that. Steve, would you mind if we added that to this agenda? Just carry over. I mean, add an item to that to just finish out that discussion.
We can, but the proposed times right now are definitely going to be longer, particularly if we're adding.
I agree. So I would think that we would add a line item just so the public knows that we're picking up the conversation from this past Monday. And I do think that we probably had to add time to the one that's currently in front of us. Does that make sense, Shawn?
Yes. Yeah, and I apologize. I also talked to the director who was presenting at the study session on Monday and said we were overtime. The presentation was overtime by 10 minutes. We really need to keep that shorter. So, I think we just ran out of time, frankly.
Yeah.
And I've also talked to Brad and Brian about we really need to have less probably regurgitation of the changes from the consultant and more, time for council to discuss, especially if y'all are getting in a week and a half in advance. They don't have to regurgitate everything.
Yeah, so I guess in terms of what I see in front of the screen, I think the discussion for that one should be at least 40 minutes. I could say going a lot longer because it does have to do with mobility. I haven't looked at the packet yet, but we'll get to it today or tomorrow. So.
And this one was already sent to you all.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got it Monday, I believe. So can we set aside what do you think, Steve, like an additional 20 minutes on picking up from Monday's conversation and then increasing this one to 40 minutes?
I think we really need to be careful shortchanging ourselves on discussion time on this topic, and we established that in our first meeting. The quality of the discussion for something as long-term as this project is vastly more important than the amount of time we spent.
I guess in terms of, I agree with that in terms of the nights that we have a regular meeting. The nights that we have where it's just a study session, I'm not as concerned on getting the times right because, I'll go as long as we need to. As long as we finish by 10 o'clock, I would think that would be doable. But I'm not as concerned about, like I said, study sessions. I'm more concerned about trying to fit it in on a regular meeting night, kind of like syncing it to an hour. Maybe we start at 5:30 if we're going to be doing that. So.
Right.
I also let Stephanie and Tamara know that we had a request from one council member that if we have it before a regular meeting, a study session on Code Next, that it needs to be the only topic. And also let Brad and Brian know that.
Agreed.
Yeah, the specific request from Joe was an hour and a half for all of these, and then 2 hours for the one on housing.
Yeah.
frankly,
And I think that one comes on a study session night, correct? I think that one's on the 20. Actually, I thought it was in December. But anyway, I'm in agreement with Mayor Pro Tem on that.
So am I correct that you guys are adding the agenda item from Monday night to the study session on the 14th?
Correct.
And how much time do you want to devote to that portion of the discussion?
I would say maybe 20 minutes, but I can easily see us going over on that time.
We won't have a presentation, so that's
Right.
Okay.
And I think there's one other one that didn't have it. The last one did not have a time. Oh, I did. Okay.
right. Moving on to November 21st, we have a study session on Code Next sustainability provisions. And this is the only study session. Well, Sarah, if you can just, oh, Jackie, make a note just to keep it that way. Then regularly resolution on the Civic Center storage and resolution regarding municipal court judges, excuse me, and compensation for judges, resolution regarding bulk chemical purchases for next year, increasing city manager, city attorney salary by 5%. All business Saturday. Motion regarding award of 2 professional service agreements with Berg Hill, mainly for the consultants. Approval of 401A and 407 committee. And award of a professional services agreement with Johnson Marion water replacement and design. Award of 4 professional service agreements, utility park. 2022 Q3 strategic plan update. TB 67 waste transfer surcharge increase, second reading of a bill for uplifting and price switching ordinance, second reading on code regarding standard provisions for city contracts, second reading for IGA with South C, and first reading of change to reflect current city property ownership. Then first reading of regarding animal impoundment, first reading of execution of fiber agreement, first reading regarding collection of debts owed to the city, first reading ordinance between Littleton and Inglewood regarding sharing for the connector districts, first reading of changes in state law, first reading of an ordinance regarding traffic code, definitions, procedures.
That's it.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Did we have all of the second readings already marked? So many questions? Do we want to go over some of?
Well, do we have them all marked as consent or not? Have we updated the second readings? I wasn't able to tell. I want to say just, did everything pass as 6-0 on Monday night? I guess, Jackie, you could kind of get to that afterwards, but.
I'll go back with Sarah on the
Okay.
consent on the second reading.
Were there any questions, Jackie or Sarah?
No.
The strategic plan, that's a no. I'll let you lead, Sarah.
Okay, so we're asking for consent on bulk chemical purchases.
An annual.
Yeah, we do this annually. I say yes. I think it sometimes gets pulled though.
So resolution regarding municipal establishing compensation.
Any thoughts on this one, Steve?
Anything establishing compensation needs to be discussed.
Award of professional service agreement, Johnson, Miriam, their main replacement.
This one just came up yesterday during water and sewer. There were no significant questions on it, but it's a high dollar amount. Do you think you have any questions on that, Steve?
I won't,
Yeah.
but again, the dollar amount, I think, is a good reason to withhold it.
And actually, we've been talking about it quite a bit in water and sewer, so let's leave it off consent.
Okay.
Rest of the council may want background on it.
We have award for professional service agreements for the utilities department.
Just because of the dollar amount, I would say no to that.
Jackie, do we do consent for motion? Sorry. Still green still.
We can, but I
don't-
think you guys wanted the strategic plan as not on consent.
Correct.
And first reading, approve a bill for an ordinance amending EMC 7 to update municipal code to reflect current city property ownership.
Is this the one that just got pulled? Monday
Yes.
night? Okay. Tabled, I guess I should say.
It was 39.
This is the one that failed on a 3-3, because it was adding firearms restrictions to polling locations. I asked the city attorney to reintroduce this, with, simply the updates to the locations, because that was part of the intent of the update.
Yeah, this just reflects the current.
Oh, are we talking about Council Bill 70 right now?
Yeah, I thought that's what you were
Okay.
asking about.
Yeah, I would say no to consent on that one. And no to Council Bill 39 as well.
That brings us to November 28th.
Okay. Go ahead, Shawn.
We've got the October 22 financial report, study session on credit review project, housing assessment update, overview of proposed short-term rental ordinance provision revisions. Sessions on November.
So there's no code next on this one on the 28th?
Well, that housing assessment study is actually, you all have rolled that into Code Next. And
Okay.
this is the one that yesterday, Member Anderson asked 2-hour session.
I'm sorry, you cut out there, Shawn. What did it?
Sorry, the housing update assessment studies, something that you all have asked us to roll into Code Next. It's a separate consultant that we got a grant for. And yesterday, Councilmember Anderson asked that that discussion be at least 2 hours.
Wow, okay.
FYI.
Okay. I do think it's gonna be a long conversation, so I guess you could go ahead and pencil in, 100 minutes of discussion.
Right, on December 5th, got a study session regarding turf replacement program, research policies and programs. Study session on Code Next housing and neighborhoods. Apologies. This one I think is the one he wanted on 2 hours. Probably don't need the assessment itself. And then also on December 5th, recognition for the student art calendar artist and a renewal of AEC West contract for 2023. Fourth, Inglewood Storm Sewer Inventory and Asset Management contract. Renewal of the contract with MV Transportation. Approving the annual agreement with the Chamber for Development Services. First reading of an ordinance regarding quarterly billing cycles for utility billing. First reading of the code regarding cable customer service standards. And then first reading of an ordinance regarding Comcast cable franchise agreement. On December 12th, rather, we have the holiday dinner. Steakhouse 10, I believe.
Can we go back to the 7th, please? Or the, yeah, 5th, I guess. Sorry. The code next discussion. You mentioned that Councilman Anderson would like a lengthier discussion on that, and I'm a little concerned that putting this on the same night as a regular meeting might be a little awkward. So I'm wondering if we should push that particular item to a different week.
Yeah, I almost wonder if it could be partnered with the housing assessment. Like you hear the assessment and the next item is next. But
That makes sense to me. Having it on a week when we're exclusively study session seems like it fits better.
Yeah, agreed.
Can you scroll back up, Sarah? I think we've only got 4 study sessions.
Yeah.
Just 4. Oh, 2.
Oh, we got 4.
Yeah, would that work for you, Mayor and Mayor Pro Tem? Ask community development if they can move that one up.
Yeah, it would for me. I'm just trying to figure out that housing assessment. Was that where they came in and kind of talked about inclusionary housing, where we're short in terms of like low income, missing middle, that type of thing for like middle September? Was that the different consulting group, Shawn? I'm just trying to figure out where.
It's the same one. Well,
Okay.
I mean, we have 2 consultants that are working on those 2 issues.
Okay.
One's the
All right.
assessment, one's how to get it into code.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I do recall it now. Okay,
Okay, we'll check on that.
that would be good with me to put it on the 28th.
And moving down to December 12th, holiday dinner, ending ordinance Inglewood code regarding victim solution. Questions on those. January 9th, new interviews with new applicants for. Oh. Is this supposed to be boards and commissions, Jackie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's.
Yes, I'll update it.
Okay. And then January 10th, second night as needed. January 17th, November financial report. Public hearing for the 1314 West Oxford. Public hearing for a major subdivision. Try to get some added to that one. January 23rd, presentation of phase 2 charter review. February 6th, first reading of Sam's Automotive PUD. First reading of a major subdivision 1314. Oh.
I don't think we need to go that far into.
We're good. You're saying we're good, Mayor?
Yeah, unless there's something that we should be on our radar for the new year. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's like what,
it's-
4 months in advance.
I think we're good.
Jackie, are you able to send me? Do we know what openings there are for the boards and commissions that we'll be interviewing for?
Yes, I can send you that information.
Okay, perfect.
Yep, we posted it and been blasting it, so.
Right on. I don't think I have any questions. I think the majority of the questions were around code next, so.
Yeah, and I didn't capture any,
I didn't either. actually.
it's not official ones.
Taking a look now, but I don't. Nope, nothing from me. All right, anything else from staff?
I think so.
Anything from you, Mayor Pro Tem?
I'm good, thank you.
All right, everyone, that concludes today's Mayor's Managers meeting. Everyone have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you. Bye now.